Hello friends, it's Dylan Young, Developer Advocate at Sitecore. Today I'm joined by Sarah Riley, a Sitecore sales engineer at Sitecore, who came over during the BoxEver acquisition. In this video, she will cover how to create a triggered experience in Sitecore Personalize, which she will use a connection to send event data, in this case data related to an order created, to the Facebook Conversions API. This is a great example of how you can use Sitecore Personalize to turbocharge your organization's Facebook and/or other social media marketing campaigns. If you like today's topic, please subscribe and like the video. Also, feel free to comment and let us know of any other use cases you would like us to cover. So with that being said, let's jump on into Sarah's presentation.
So here I am in Facebook's business application, and I've set up a data source here for Sitecore Personalize, and I'm going to start sending in events every time a customer has an offline order that's received inside Sitecore Personalize. So to start off with, if we go into Sitecore Personalize, I'm just going to show you how easy it is to set this up, and then I'll show you one that I've already set up in this one here, this Facebook Conversions API for offline conversions. So I'm going to click here on Create Experience. I'm going to create a triggered experience, and we're just going to call this Facebook Conversions Demo. And we're going to create that. And the first thing I'm going to be asked to do is set up my payload that I want to send across the Facebook Conversions API. So I'm going to click on this here, and it's going to ask me, do I want to set up a connection? And I'm going to set up a connection to an existing application, a connection that I already have set up in Sitecore Personalize, but I'll show you how this is set up in a minute. So I'm going to click on this here, and then I can start putting in my body here of whatever I want. If I go over to the headers here, I can see this is going to the Facebook Conversions API. So I'm just going to save this and close this. Then I can set up whatever I want my trigger to be. So for example, I can have my trigger as order created, as one of these out of the box kind of triggers. I can also have custom triggers. So these can include actually any event that's coming into Sitecore Personalize. So any event can be triggering this experience and then sending that data onto Sitecore Personalize. I'm going to choose my trigger here as order created and save that. I can add in here an audience if I want to, and I can also add in a decision model as well. That's optional. So that's kind of the basis of how this is set up. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one that I've set up previously that's live. So here I have my webhook that's going out. Here's my trigger for order created. I have an audience checking if it's an offline order that the customer has actually done. And I also have down here at the bottom, I'm just pulling out all the order details from the order to put them in the right format to send them across to Facebook. So all of this has been set up here. I'm also going to show you now how you set up those kind of connections that you saw me using. So once you set up these connections, you can just reuse them over and over. But the first time you set them up, it's going to look like this. So if I go into my connections here, we'll see I already have the Facebook Conversions API, but I'm just going to add a totally new connection to show you how that works. I'm going to set up a connection for a destination because I'm sending data there. So I'm going to put in here, for example, Facebook Conversions API, and this is going to be v3, and here I can just add in my description. I'm just going to choose here my icon that I want to be displayed. This is where I would put in authentication, so I can add in, for example, an OAuth to access token URL and on test all of that. I can add in basic authentication, or as in this case, I can just set up nothing. I then want to put in my request that I want to use here, so I'm just going to add this in. So my endpoint is this one here, and it's going to be for a post. So I'll set that up. And then down here in the request, this is just the body of the request that I want to send in, so something like this. I can also set up here my connection timeout milliseconds and my read timeout as well. So I'm going to test this request to make sure it's working. It's working. I got back 200. And because my test is working, I can then press next, save the outputs here, what's going to be saved from my connection, and then actually just review and save the final connection. I've actually set up this connection now that can be reused over and over again if I want to, so that's now been completed. Okay, so I've shown you how the setup works now for this experience. Now we're actually going to trigger it and see what happens. So now what we're going to do is we're going to trigger this for a customer and see the events coming in. So we're going to trigger it for this customer here, for customer Barbara Levy. So we're going to send across some data coming in here from the call center for an offline order, and we're going to see this being sent in against her profile. So I'm just sending these events in via Postman, but obviously they could be coming from a server-side application, again the call center in this case, a mobile app, or they could be coming in via the web on a JavaScript library or anything else. So just a real-time events that we're getting through. So here I can see my events have come through here, and if I look at the details, I've seen just that my guest has been identified. Nothing else has happened yet. So now I'm going to send across an order simulating the behavior that maybe the person's just completed an order, say, over the phone. So that's all being sent through. So you can see at the minute I've just sent through that order here and just pressed refresh, a few things have happened. The first is that my call center, if I have a look at the details, I'll see here that an order has actually been checked out. If I have a look here at the order details, I can see the currency, the price that's been sent in, my order number. I can also have a look at the items that are in the order. For example, this is for, say, a property lease or something like that that's just been completed over the phone. So I can see all the details of the order that's come in there. I can have a look and then see also that this experience has just been triggered here. So this is the one for my Facebook Conversions API for offline conversions, and that's just been triggered. If I go across to this experience and just open that up, I can move across the operational tab and just have a look at all the activity coming in. So I can see that it's just been triggered a few seconds ago, and now what I can do is go across into Facebook and see the details of what's just been sent in. So for example, I've just gotten this event in, and I'll look here at the details. So I can see again here it's for 11,600, it's USD, it's for a phone call that's taken place, and all this data has also been taken in as well.
Well, that concludes today's presentation by Sarah Riley. So don't forget to subscribe or like this video if you haven't done so already. And we'll see you next time for the next video. Goodbye and thank you.